we going to
Yes.
get this consistency? That's my concern.
Which part of
Well, with the handling, I understand the accidental part.
yeah.
But how are we going to convey that information, not just to our referees, but also to the angry spectators and coaches?
Well, angry spectators and coaches are more than welcome to join our referee classes.
Okay.
But
I'm just saying, because
no, it's true.
this is
Yeah, because I mean, the same thing happens when there's a major law change. Like when, like 15 years ago when they changed offside laws every 2 years, that was a huge thing. When VAR was introduced, and then English Premier League uses 3D offside line to be able to judge, a pixel width offside. Fans and coaches don't like it, and I mean, it's not like I love it, but I understand how it works, but don't have to love it. So this is going to be a difficult thing. And then in my mind, the way to let people know is us consistently or attempting to consistently applying this so that they see more and more correct ways of being done actually getting done. If we deviate, then coaches and parents have more reason to say, but last week or 2 weeks ago. So in my mind, it's all about us committing to really study the laws, understand how to apply, and then how to read, have the football understanding, and apply it. And I think that's the only way we can really do.
Hey, Yuya?
Yes.
So yeah, I kind of have, the same issue because sometimes, let's say, typically on corner kicks or counter attacks, right? That even though it's on the defensive end, that the attacker at the corner kick, they're trying to combat, right? Typically, the defenders are the ones, moving up to, for headers and stuff. So they don't want a quick counter attack and they foul the player. And the player is, still 70 yards away, but you foresee that that is actually a good counter attack, and tactical foul, spy, you give a yellow card. And if there's accidental handling in the same spot, and you don't say that's not immediate because it's too far and more touches involved. However, it's still kind of the place in a situation of promising attack, even though it's not immediate, the goal.
Yes, the law is not talking about promising attack. The law is not interested in SPA, or it's not even applying the 4Ds for Dogsell when we think about clear goal scoring opportunity here. We're not talking about obvious goal scoring opportunity. We're only talking about clear goal scoring opportunity for this accident. So there needs to be that clear goal scoring opportunity to score right away, immediately. So SPA, or promising attack, is an attack that will lead to that clear goal scoring opportunity eventually. But when you think about the moment when the foul happens for SPA, and if I say, at that moment, could you have scored? Or in 2 seconds, could you have scored? The answer is no. Whereas when we think about these clips, could you have scored at that moment in 2 seconds? The answer is yes. And FIFA wants handling to be called in the latter case, not the former case. Any other questions?
Got it.
Yep. All right, then hopefully I won't get cut here. All right, so law 12, this one is handling the ball. What impressed me the most out of this is the fact that FIFA had a video on this, but this is basically goalkeeper taking a goal kick or free kick and then shanks it and he or she picks the ball up again. When that happens, if that was a scoring opportunity, if it's a SPA situation or a Dogsell situation, before no card was given, now a card could be given. I don't know how often it could happen. Maybe it only happens on U10 game, and on U10 game, you're gonna give a red card for this. But it's in the book, so we will talk about it. And also I'm impressed that there's a video, so we're gonna watch it. Right, that's the double touch. So if this had to be in a spa situation, which it was not, yellow card would be given. If it was a dog situation, a red card would be given. It's in the book, so we talked about it. But there was a confusion about this, so there could be some questions on this. This is only about second touch. If pass back prevents a goal, or if pass back creates a dog or spa situation, the goalkeeper still does not get a yellow card or red card. It's just indirect free kick with handling. So pass back will not result in a card, just indirect free kick. This is only about second touch. This one, yes.
So if you're talking about a second touch, that last slide said something about it being a direct free kick, but really that's just if it was a handle in. Otherwise, it's going to be an indirect based off of second touch. Is that accurate? Or because I'm now carding for the offense of breaking up a spa or a dog, so then I'm addressing that, and the restart would be direct.
Yeah, so there could be, for example, something like, I don't know, in this situation, we saw goalkeeper playing with a foot, but there could be another player, field player playing with a hand, or goalkeeper playing with a hand, different combination. Or did I not understand your question?
Yeah, so I mean, I guess my question is because this in the clip that you showed,
Mm-hmm.
it's foot contact. There's no hand. It's a double touch.
Yep.
Right. So it's an indirect free kick coming in. But
Correct.
if you're going to address the misconduct off of that, does that change any of the restart,
No,
or
it will
does it
not.
not? So it's still an
is a
indirect free kick.
Indirect free kick.
And
yes.
so you would. The thing that confused me was that it says direct free kick on this slide, and
I
it was. I was like, why would we change the restart?
Yeah, that's a good point. I don't know why they have it as direct free kick. That's a very good point. No, it is still indirect free kick.
Thank you for that clarification.
Yeah, of course. Thank you.
Hey, Yuya.
Yes.
So if it's a spa or dog, so issue a yellow card. Is that correct?
If it's spa, it's a yellow card. Yes.
But it says if it's a spa or dog, so issue a yellow card. That's what the note says. Issue
Is
a
that what
yellow
it
card.
says?
Yeah, it's a second touch by the goalkeeper. If it's a spa or dog, so issue a yellow card.
Oh,
So
okay.
spa is
Okay.
yellow card and dogs is.
All right, then yeah, it needs to be a yellow card or red card. That's a good point. My apologies. I will update it, but that's a very good point. I'll take note of that. Thank you.
Yulia,
Yes.
if we had a 12-year-old goalkeeper on a select team, picks the ball up in their hands, controls it for 4.5 seconds, goes to punt it, muffs it, and now after releasing it from their hands, picks it up and kicks it again. Are we enforcing this?
Am I answering the question as what capacity? That's the question, and hopefully that answers the question.
It's a select team and it's not in the state cup. I mean, at some point, does there need to be a common sense with the level of player?
So, yeah.
would
So,
you-
so
Yuya, can I ask you a question here?
yeah, sure.
Is there an assessor there?
There.
On a U12? On a U12?
There's always about 15 or 20 on each side.
Now, like I would say, and then I'll probably cut this from my recording when I edit this. But if it's a youth game, if the little kids, don't call it, let them do it. If it's a field with, an assessor, as Mike said, or if it's a field where, YouTube is on, streaming is on, then that's probably not a U10 game, so call it. What about that?
use the spirits of the game.
Yep. All right, and then so moving on, a couple more slides on this one and this one. Delayed caution. So this is something that we already talked about quite a bit, but I think it's the easiest to read it out. So if the referee allows a quick free kick after a dog's offense, the delayed send-off becomes a caution. This happened last year already. Quick free kick, delayed send-off became a caution because if quick free kick happened, then obvious goal scoring opportunity continued. That is why it's no longer dog, so there was no D. Now, right, what we had changed is the yellow card piece. Now, if you have a SPA, not a reckless foul, but SPA, and a yellow card, and it's delayed because of quick free kick, then promising attack is still continuing. Therefore, there's no stopping. As a result, it's downgraded, and yellow card is no longer issued. So last year changed, only the red card changed. This year, yellow card changed as well. So in both cases, things are brought down by a notch. All right, so one video, in this case, player gets tackled twice. The second time, I think, the referee blows his whistle. You cannot probably hear it. And then the attacking team, white team, takes a quick free kick. In this case, even though it was a SPA, yellow card is not going to be issued. If it's reckless foul, then obviously yellow card will be issued. Whistle blown, free kick. So the video basically showed first tackle, player continues, second tackle, he fell down, the referee gave a whistle, teammate made a quick free kick, SPA is no longer SPA. And then the next piece is playing advantage. If you play an advantage, so now this is earlier, the last one was about you called a foul and quick free kick and downgrade. This one is advantage and downgrade, because if you give an advantage and if it materializes, denial or stopping piece of dogs and SPA did not happen. So for the consistency from last year, red card became caution. Caution is now no card. We have a bunch of clips here. We can just watch one or two. I think you get the idea. SPA advantage. Even if the goal was not scored, SPA happened, referee clearly gives advantage, then advantage materials, so no yellow card.
So you said even if it wasn't a goal scored, played advantage.
Yeah, because advantage materialized when the play progressed. So for example, this scenario, the goal was not scored, but advantage materialized. So again, shot was blocked, but advantage materialized, so no yellow card. So 3 other similar situations, so I'm gonna skip those. So this is a summary page. Downgrading of red card, 3 scenarios. This is basically a dog saw in the PA with an attempt to play, quick free kick, advantage. The same way you get your yellow card downgraded to no card. So this is basically the laws of the game piece. Any questions? Any questions about the new laws? Nope. All right, then I'm gonna move on to talk about the other materials that we have, I have shared with you. So hopefully we're going to have the mentor course up pretty soon. And then once you do that, then you'll be able to do many things. One of them is field exercise. Another one is assessment. And then the last piece is video analysis. Video analysis is similar to the instruction in the previous time era. And my hope is that not only will you teach certification grassroots course and recertification courses, I really, really hope that you'll have opportunities to teach local associations, local referees in many different places on many different occasions. And especially with Zoom and then DDRDs, District Directors of Regional Referee Development, are getting Zoom accounts in the next few weeks. So once that happens, then you have more ability to teach online. So I really, really hope that you will have more chances to work with officials. And when we do that, when Carlos, Ron, Dean, and I talked, we said that we wanted there to be consistency and accuracy. On the one hand, we have a bunch of video clips. For example, even on the Michigan Referee Facebook group, which is not really MRC group, but that John Douglas started, you know, there's a lot of good discussion happening. There's a lot of video clips, but we want to make sure that we have select clips that we use to teach, and that we always have accurate outcome. So that just because I taught it, that's a red card. Just because Tim taught it, that's a yellow card. Just because Mike taught it, that's a no card. We don't want that. So consistency and accuracy was important. And another piece is this football understanding of context. I completely understand the importance of football understanding, but I also advocate the balance, which is that we apply football understanding, the common sense, low 18, based on a solid knowledge foundation. And I have seen and heard many referees use football understanding or context or common sense as an excuse for making mistakes, was as an excuse for not doing the right thing. So we want to avoid that. So we're gonna have solid foundation of knowledge, and it will also have solid understanding of what football expects. And the teaching materials that I have shared with you have both international pro clips and local clips. And I would like to thank so many of you. Ivan, you are one of them, but you watched 10, 12 video game clips already. Many of you have watched 5, 6, 7 clips. I sent a mass email asking people to watch full-length soccer games and then give me feedback. John Corbett is giving me a lot of detailed notes. So very much appreciated. And hopefully many of you will continue to do it. And then if somebody has not responded to me and is still interested, that will be helpful, because that's how we can collect local match video clips that are helpful to instruct grassroots referees. Now, pro and international video clips have a lot of pros. For example, slow-mo quality is good, hyper slow-mo, super slow-mo, 5, 6 different angles from which an instant could be seen. When I was an active referee until March this year, I hated all of those cameras because they were all there to basically prove that I was wrong. But now I'm on the instructing side. I love those videos because now I can see an instant from multiple angles. We can't do that with youth clips. We cannot do that with local clips. So we will always have pro and international video clips, but we are trying to increase the number of local video clips. And we don't have too many yet. This rendition of documents that you have received from me, challenges offside handling tactical foul, heavily pro and international dependent, but next year there will be far more youth clips. And the way I foresee these slides to be used is that I had a chance to participate in one of the US Soccer FIFA MA session a couple of weeks ago, and then the message was very clear. They said clinics or sessions, however you want to call it, in a classroom or Zoom, should be 60 to 90 minutes in length, maximum. If you want to have a longer one, have a solid 15, 30-minute break in between and have 2 of them, that's fine. But an hour, hour and a half. in length. And then in that hour or hour and a half, 5 or 6 videos, no longer showing 20 video clips of violent conduct and serious foul play and getting excited about all the crazy things that players did. Just focus on fewer video clips and then discuss in full. And then the flow of a course that they recommended is that there's introduction, where you talk about the resources. The resources are the laws of the game and considerations. So in one session I attended as a demo course, the instructor basically said, what are some of the considerations off of FIFA considerations that you use for challenges? And what are some of the considerations that you would use beyond FIFA considerations that you might have for challenges? And we filled out the whiteboard basically. And then that was the introduction to challenges, had all the considerations. And then they showed us a clip. Always they asked, would you like to see one more time? It was a group of maybe 27. If one person said yes, they showed us the clip one more time. They said never a third time, only twice. They asked for input. It was on Zoom. So on Zoom, they use either polling or on the bottom, you have reaction. With the reaction, you can do like thumbs up, thumbs down, that kind of stuff. And then that's how they received feedback from participating assessors and say, is this a foul, it's a yellow card or whatnot. And then they asked justifications for the decision that they made for the clip. So yellow card for reckless foul. Then I will say, okay, Ivan, why is that? Chris, why is that a red card? Give me 3 considerations. And then we do that for 5, 6, 10 minutes and then discuss. And then as the instructor, you prepare yourself so that you can lead the group to the consensus as much as possible. We never reach consensus, but try to get there as much as we can. And then we have another clip, and then we do that a couple of times. By then, if you spend 8 minutes, 10 minutes per clip, after 6 videos, hour and a half is already gone. Conclusion, major takeaways, again, going over the laws and then considerations. And this was the flow that they recommended. I thought it worked well, and I think that's something I will apply this coming year. And I'm not saying that this is the only way to teach. You may have other ways to teach that you're very familiar with, but this is one method that is recommended, not only from US Soccer, but FIFA representatives at the clinic also recommended this type of method, not just for the top level people, but for grassroots. So I wanted to share this with you. And couple clips. Before you go to your clinic, please be sure to know which videos are in the slides, because you may have 10 or 12 clips and you may only use 6. You need to decide which ones you want to use. And some of you are in this like mentor development group, and we have seen some of these videos. We have some discussions. This is basically a group of mentors getting together once a month to basically improve ourselves. And we're gonna have another set of meetings starting fall. So we'll send you an invitation. But we have to tailor the video selections to our audience. If our audience is 15, 16, 17-year-olds, that's one thing. If our audience is decently experienced grassroots referees, then that's another. So pick and choose which clips you want to use for the course. And one thing, I cannot remember who in the discussion group said, but we were watching a series of serious stopping, preventing, attack situation. And we had a mixture of pro clips and local game clips. And those are the clips that are included in your slide deck too. They talked about how it's important to show pro or international clips to discuss the concept. So SPA, at the World Cup game, you have a really good bird eye view or entire stadium view of where players are. So you can clearly say, this is what SPA looks like. Look how many players are there. Look how many options this attacker had. Look how much space he had. And then there was a foul. This is what promising attack looks like. And then, or if it's handling, then you can say, this zoomed in high def view, you can see how this arm is sticking out, making the silhouette larger. You can use that with high quality pro clips. You cannot use that. You cannot do that on a streaming service from DCFC or Flint FC. But once you establish what spot or silhouette looks like, then you can use DCFC match U18 State Cup, U16 State Cup clips to talk about what spot or handling would look like at their local level. So this is one way to use the combination of pro clips and local clips. Now, do you have any questions so far? If not, then I'm going to talk about one more topic, which was the survey, and then open it up for Q&A or discussions. So thank you for those who answered the 10 anonymous Google Doc survey. You will receive the correct, so-called correct answer from UEFA. All those videos are from UEFA. So UEFA has the answer. I will share their answer with you. And you can argue that it depends on the context. It depends on whatever. But as I said earlier, we talk about context. We talk about football understanding, just like we talk about what video test should be, the answer should be. So we have to talk about both. We have to say, be able to say, this is a red card, but in this context, we're not gonna do that. But we at least have to be able to say what it is. So that's why we had it. But what was really interesting was that I also asked, I can't remember which Andrew I asked, but I think it was Andrew, I asked two Andrews, Andrew Johnson and Andrew Horde, one for today's session, one for the session on the 15th, because the session on the 15th had different set of 10 clips. But their local referees were able to watch the same clips and answer. So what it shows is that how good you are as mentors compared to referees. And this is how it looks. You may not remember which clips those were. Video 1, video 2 were handling. Mentors, video 1, 3/4 correct. 66% accuracy among the referees, parentheses referees. Video 2, 95% of mentors got it right. 90% of referees got it right. IUA, illegal use of arm. 60% of mentors got the question or answer right for video 3 and 4. Video 5, only 16% of mentors answered the question correctly. However, when you look at the referees, 11% for video 5, 22% for video 4. Challenges, video 6, 7, and 8. Video 6, 54% of mentors got it right, which was basically the same with the referees. Video 7, a third of mentors got it right, better than referees. Video 8, a third got it right, none of the referees got it right. Video 8 is the one where player slide tackles and then player who tries to avoid ends up like stomping on the opponent. Green shirt stomps on white shirt or something like that by the referee's quadrant. That is a red card offense. Offside clips, video 9, both cases, I think that was interfere with an opponent was the correct answer if I remember correctly. About 40% of mentors got it right. About 60% of mentors got video 10 correct. And then you may say, does it really matter if it's interfering with an opponent or interfering with a play or getting an advantage? As long as the flag comes up, fair enough, then it's 70% or 75% accuracy. So in square brackets is offside or not offside decision. And you can see, I'll be able to share this with you, but on the left side, you see mentors. On the right side, you see referees and how people did it. The mentors to the left, referees to the right. But just interesting to see how things varied a little bit. And again, this is not to say that we did well, we didn't do well, but this shows how when we look at referees, question 5, illegal use of arm, we have a decent amount of variance. Good number of people had fouled with a yellow card when in reality the correct answer was red card. In general, our trend is to go a notch below. The same thing with this. And even in the mentor group, we tend to have variance. Question 7, question 8, in both cases. This group that's on Zoom right now had all 4 options from no foul to foul with a red card. And again, anonymous, I don't know who even answered the questions. This is not to say that we are doing a poor job, but this kind of shows me where our instruction should go as we talk to our referees, where their weaknesses might be. So I will share this data with you, and then I have another set of data coming from the Saturday session, and I'll be more than happy to share that with you so that we can really think of where referees need help and where we can get better as instructors. So that was the survey. Now, any questions, any comments? This is all I have. So.
I had just a comment on your tips that you had for different things and how to do things. I have found that sometimes the students will have either video issues or microphone issues. And sometimes I have found it useful and helpful to, if you can get that still shot of where the contact is or whatever, just so you have it on hand if needed, if anyone is having video issues. That way, if they can't see it on the video, you can show them a still shot, and that's helpful.
Yeah, I agree. And then I think the age of hoarding video clips and feeling special because you have the clips that other people don't have is over. I think we need to release those videos to as many people as possible. The only caveat is we want to send those videos with the correct answer. We don't want to just send them out, but with the correct answer. So, so when we have those training sessions, we always send those video clips. I'm teaching a class on handling for Eric tomorrow. I will have all the video clips to be shared with all the participating referees. I don't know, 100, 150, however many show up, they all get the videos. So I think it's important that we share those video clips.
Yeah, I think that's the best way to combat the potential for lagging video is to make sure that everybody has their own local access to it, because you can't verify what their bandwidth is going to be or what their Wi-Fi situation is. But if you provide those clips in advance, you kind of eliminate that as a challenge, Sue.
And if anyone had any issues with videos
Agreed.
on the PowerPoint that I shared with you, Simon Blackwell, I don't know if he's on Discord this weekend, but he told me that it was about the codec issue. So if you're on Microsoft, if you go to Microsoft website and then update your codec, you can watch all those videos. If you use Mac, sorry, I can't help you.
The other thing that can also help on that I've noticed on these Zoom meetings is when you're trying to present video content, if everyone turns their webcams off, it actually makes usually the broadcast and the bandwidth go quicker.
That's a good point. If there's no questions, then the one thing before I ask Carlos to step in is that we are working on all the research and certification, the clinics, all that stuff. If you want to check out our new Twitter account, I'm showing like what I'm doing, and it basically is a way for you to know that I'm not slacking off. So I am doing stuff, but give us a little more time, and hopefully we can launch it soon. So, Carlos, do you have anything?
No, I got nothing. Nothing
Ron?
new.
Ron, got anything?
No, you've stated it all. Yeah, nice job.
All right, thank you. So thank you for your time, despite Jason's legitimate complaint or comment about kickoff time. So thank you for staying, or thank you for at least being in front of the camera to pretend that you're in that meeting. So thank you.
Yeah,
for that.
you got lucky, man. I thought it was 8:38 kick, but it's 8:49. So
yeah.
you have a few more seconds left. So
So while
wrap
they're
it up.
taking me on TV, let's give Yulia a hand.
Thank you so much. Thank you. So if any questions, any concerns, let me know. I'm not going to send you the new version on Ivan's comment about slide 8. You can update yourself. I think it's easier than me sending you the new version to this group. But I will get in touch with you with the recording as well as any updates I have for you. And then the answers to those 10 questions, give me a couple of days, but I'll send them to you.
Hey, Yuya.
Yes.
So are you sending the whole deck that you show us, like the strategy, how to teach, the team, and also includes the results for the anonymous survey?
Yes, I will. I will share everything. Yep.
That'd be good. Thank you.
I don't hoard information.
Yuya,
Thank you so much. Yes.
Yuya, this is John Jackson. You may want to,
Hold on, John. Hold on, John. Tonight. So for those of you who want to go watch soccer game, the meeting is over. If you have any questions, comments, feel free to stay. Sorry, John.
no problem. You may want to look at your, the email that you sent out to announce the meeting with all the codes for tonight's meeting, because I went to review that survey, and you can't get to it.
Yes, I closed it because I didn't want additional data to come in.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
No problem. So after tonight, we can get back into it?
What I will do is to share the videos with you. And also I will create a video where I will explain why it's a red card, why it's a yellow card.
Perfect.
And then you are more than happy to fight it. And then I will fight against you. And then if I say, okay, you might be right, then I will go up the chain.
Not a problem. That's fine with me.
Yeah.
I
So
did it so long ago, I forgot what I put in.
No, you're good.
Okay, thank you very much.
Of course.
Great job today.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Yuya.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank
I'll
you.
stay here for
Yes,
anybody who
thank
wants
you.
to ask questions. So I'll stay
Bye.
till the last.
Bye.
Bye.
Well, we're sitting around looking at each other, Yulia, and game officials. It's
Yes.
sort of a 5-step process. We talked about you have videos of how to make a
Yeah,
learning
mhm.
session. You have a video that doesn't do much because there's not much to it of how to make it into a session, and then how to hook it to build a course out of it.
Okay.
The only thing that I really didn't go into was once a course is there, you go in there and say, there's a course, I want to pick a date and publish it.
Yeah. So I got.
And I really didn't get into that part because I wasn't sure what you and Carlos wanted to do, and I guess that's what we could talk about Thursday and Friday.
Now
Yeah,
I got
quick.
confused. Oh,
Yuya, if you let me.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. All right, Mike. All right, so we are looking to download the material and use US Soccer and create and put it into our learning center. Is that what you did? Is that